Camp taught me love. Camp taught me hope. Camp taught me that everyone deserves equity. Camp taught me that everyone deserves access. Camp taught me about beauty and nature. Camp taught me and continues to teach me every year that I come back that love and hope exist.
Every day, I am so thankful for camp because it brought me my closest friend that has been around for over 10 years. Thinking of how this camp, that friend, and all the counselors really transformed my life made me who I am today. A woman who is pursuing God and trying to be better than I was yesterday.
Before coming to Camp Alkulana, I'd experienced a lot of bullying at school. Because of that, when I arrived at camp, I was a timid kid. I didn't really talk to anyone other than my cabin mates and my twin sister. Camp was a great place for me to go because it forced me to develop communication skills and step out of my comfort zone.
Due to the deep connections I created while at Camp Alkulana, I learned how to keep my long-distance friendship strong, as well as continue to cherish the unique bonds I form with close friends.
Camp has taught me just to be open and to try new things and be a good example for other people and myself.
I went to camp one summer, I believe I was 11, and I felt happiness. The beauty of nature and kindness of others felt so new to me. I was so grateful to be there and to be able to get away. I felt encouraged to do what I wanted for myself, not for anybody else. Going caving, climbing the tower, and going swimming in the swim hole. That was, and still is, my happy place.
It is because of growing up at Camp Alkulana that I have been so blessed to have the support system that I have today. Ever since my first day I stepped foot on the gravel and went up the driveway at camp, my life was forever changed. I have made and continue to make so many connections with people through camp.
The campfire was a safe space for me to be happy and enjoy myself and my friends. The campfire taught me the value of vulnerability and the importance of coming together as a unity in order to express ourselves. Camp Alkulana was a vital part in my growth as an adult, and the campfire was something that I felt held our community together.
After 2.5 hours, the bus driver made the final turn and we had arrived at Camp Alkulana. As my feet hit the gravel driveway, I was greeted by a group of counselors with smiles from ear to ear. As a counselor, I reflect on this experience because it taught me how many kids feel when they leave home for the first time. More importantly, it taught me how to make kids that are scared feel more comfortable when they arrive at a new place.
So as a camper and counselor, I still am pretty shy. I just realized that I left with a lot of information and left me reflecting on what I can do better.
Alkulana is a place where we pour love into the lives of our campers for the brief time that there are campers, and they get to pour into us. I learned that summer that love is taught just like hate. Beyond simply just being their example and showing them individually what love looks like, I had to help them practice it.
Camp Alkulana was a great experience for me. Being able to connect with different people, nature, and disconnect from social media provided peace in my life. Whether it was walking through the creek or playing in the grass, Camp Alkulana helped me experience a piece of life that had been previously foreign to me.
When I started coming to camp as a camper, I was hardly confident in my personhood. I wasn't comfortable in my own skin. Now I'm a fully fledged human being, and I feel confident enough in who I am to share it with others. I fully believe that I owe part, if not most, of my emotional development and maturity to my fellow counselors and other camp staff encouraging me to be myself.
I choose to continue my higher education for many reasons. The most potent of those reasons is my desire to make a positive impact in my industry and in the world. As a performer, I've walked into spaces where the resources accessible to me as a woman of color were limited or non-existent in comparison to my peers. I aim to change that for future generations. I aim to assist in creating a safe and accessible space for all people because camp taught me what that looks like.
In high school, I started my medical career, and right when I wanted to take a different route, God opened up a door for me where I received my first full-time medical job before I had even graduated high school. I have fallen in love with what I'm doing and have met so many positive individuals from this. Continuing my education would not only make me feel that I am making my grandpa proud, but also that I am doing what God called me to do.
I always strive to do better because I don't want to become another statistic. I want to be the first one in my family to graduate high school and go to college. I want to pursue further education so it can help me set a good life for myself and for my future. I plan to continue studying English, poetry writing, with a concentration in poetry writing, and also to double major in sociology.
I decided to go to college to not only further my education, but to make myself, my family, and especially my mom proud. As a Black woman, there are stigmas and stereotypes that I have to face. I believe going to college will help me pave the way for my siblings, cousins, children, and grandchildren. I want to break the pattern of not going to college to prove to myself that I am just as worthy as my more fortunate counterparts.
I decided to further my education in exercise science because in 11th grade I tore my ACL, and after going through treatment and recovery, that whole physical therapy process, I realized that it was something that I was interested in, and then I as well noticed there wasn't many women in that profession, especially Black African American women.
I hope to be the help that I needed when I was a child. I think child psychology is something that is looked over too often, and that is just sickening to me. I'm passionate about making sure we value the mental health of everyone, even those who can't describe what it is that they're feeling. No child should ever have to fight mental health, let alone fight it without help.
I'm an upcoming senior at BCU, majoring in elementary education and teaching. School was a hard place for me throughout elementary and even through high school. Elementary, I struggled the most with focus, and it was something my educators often made me feel bad about. So furthering my education also provides me the opportunity to explore everyday movement lessons in elementary classes through the many courses I'm continuing to take.
Attending college is important for me because I wanted to have a career where I can wake up and be happy to go to work. I want to be able to enjoy what I do and be able to live comfortably. Attending college will provide me with the skills and the attributes I can use to achieve success in the real world. Thank you.
I'm pursuing further education because I want to rehabilitate injured veterans. I want to work with veterans because it takes a strong person to risk their life to protect others. With some physical therapy, it can be challenging for the patient that has suffered trauma to their body. With people having to relearn to walk or do simple tasks. I want to be the one helping them to relearn to walk, but I also want to be the one encouraging them to keep trying and reassuring them when they are not seeing any progress.
So I just intend to graduate with my teaching licensure for dance and possibly even have my own dance studio and teach lower income families and students just how to dance.
I've decided to pursue higher education because I've always wanted to affect change. I've always wanted to be a part of change and making other people's lives better ever since I was a little girl. And I realized that there's a lot that needs to be done. There's a lot of work that needs to be done, and I want to be a part of that work. So I've decided to get this degree, and I am so grateful to Alkulana for just nurturing me and helping me become this person.
I would have never thought that the healthcare system would be my passion. However, after working with the African American healthcare providers in my community, my mind was immediately changed. The joy I received from seeing others happy about their smiles have led me on a path to exploring an education in health sciences and dentistry. I know that I have found the path for me.
I started college last fall in the middle of a pandemic, and it wasn't easy. I decided to take a semester off, and that semester turned into 3 semesters. I needed to prioritize my mental health, and I ended up getting some good life experience along the way. I worked my first full-time job at Chick-fil-A, got experience leading the Alkulana peer program, and I am ready to return in the fall. Luckily, I've known what I want to be when I grow up since I was around 13 years old. I want to be the next camp director at Camp Alkulana.